gonna guess. Yeah. I'm gonna guess we're. Ooh. My mic is really low right now.
Let's do it. Is you sure it's
What? Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. There we go. Perfect. All right. Welcome to another episode of Chewing Clock, where we just waste time talking about football.
You don't need to put his microphone up ever. He'll find a way to be heard.
I will gladly just yell louder to make my points if my mic is too low. I am that superficial.
It's true.
Oh, we all know it. I don't hide it.
It's true.
So tonight,
we're live.
of course, we're always live.
Facebook Live.
We're never not live.
Yeah, we have a phone number.
Yep, it's gonna be right there. Boom. And tonight we're gonna just talk all about the Super Bowl, my favorite day of the year.
You get squares? Get some squares?
I was going to, but I decided not to because my wife doesn't like when I waste money.
That's true.
Yeah, so.
Yet she bought a avocado sandwich outfit for your dog.
Yes, she did. That was a real thing that
she
happened.
can waste money. You can't waste
I
money.
waste my own money on enough stuff. It's the same.
We need pictures of that.
The avocado? Oh, don't worry. We'll get some pictures for that next time it gets brought up. We'll have it on stock. We'll have it on standby, ready to go so everybody can see the avocado husky.
By the way, there are pictures I put in the system.
Yep.
Did you see them? No. Because I forgot to tell you.
Yep. Well, we're going to open the show talking about Tom Brady's cryptic tweeting and or Instagramming or whatever you want to call it. We're opening the show with Tom Brady.
So whenever you find the pictures, the one called Brady is the one we're talking about. And then we'll talk about those teams as we go through.
Yep.
Sorry about that. I never tell them until we sit down and say, hey, how about those
By
pictures?
the way, so right off the bat, since we don't have the image yet, we'll not talk about the image. We'll talk about Tom Brady and all the developments this week so far. What do you think, given everything that's happened so far, Tom Brady is going to do?
Well, I was, if you remember, if anybody watches and remembers my hot takes, I was convinced he was coming back, but I don't think so. Now I'm pretty sure. The only way he's coming back is if he's using all of this as leverage. But I don't see Bill. Bill doesn't want him. I mean, if you listen to the press conference after the Super Bowl, I mean after the AFC division game, if you listen to the press conference, not right after the game, but the week follows on the Wednesday press conference, Belichick was just talking about someone. It sounded like a eulogy. So I don't think he wants him back, and he's ready to move on. There's the tweet. Is he coming? Is he going? Hey. So there's the
little early.
There's the tweet. Is he coming or is he going? That's what people are saying. Is he walking in?
Neither.
Or is he walking out?
It's neither. I can guarantee you this is a stupid Super Bowl ad, and that's his teaser. This has nothing to do with this situation.
So
it's a Super Bowl commercial teaser.
Who is he in cahoots with? Under Armour?
Yep.
They got the TB12, but he ain't buying a Super Bowl.
No, TB12 is not buying a Super Bowl ad.
I don't know. So there's nothing that makes me think he's coming back at this point, unless it's just leverage. So do you want to go through the teams that are being talked about, and then maybe if you have a surprise team?
Yeah, real quick. My take on this, though, I've said this since the beginning. If Tom Brady isn't signed by the league new year, he is not getting signed to New England. That $13.5 million dead cap hit is exactly what's going to make or break this deal. So if Tom Brady doesn't agree before that hit, and I've been extremely consistent on this, up until that date, and I keep forgetting the exact date. I think it's the 15th, March 15th.
Could be.
But at that point, if we get there, Tom Brady will not be back in New England under any circumstance because Bill Belichick will not pay a quarterback in cap space alone $28 million plus 13.5.
No.
You might be able to talk Belichick into the 6.5 that it's going to be if he resigns before that on top of that $28 million, but not a chance he will get 13.5 on top of that. So we will know at the league new year, no matter what. If we hit the league new year, Tom Brady does not end up back in New England.
So we literally have 45-ish days before we know. So it's going to happen within the next 45 days. Tomorrow's February 1st. And as you said, it's March 15th-ish. Could be somewhere in the teens. So that's when we'll know where he's going to go.
Yes.
Because not only does that's when we'll know that he's not coming back.
Yes.
We may not know where he's going yet.
But we will know for sure he will not be back in New England.
Right. And it'll be way before the draft. And the teams aren't going to mess around and play guess and catch up with him. It'll be quick.
Yep.
So there are teams that have been talked about this week.
There's 2 teams that have been talked about the most this week. 2.
Which one you want to talk about first?
Let's go with Vegas.
All right, go with Las Vegas. The Las Vegas Raiders.
Vegas makes almost too much sense.
It does.
Except Mark Davis is an idiot, but that's not the point.
Right. So the Raiders, he went to the Conor McGregor fight.
Yes, in Vegas.
Which is not he's done that sort of thing before.
That's nothing to write home about.
However, the Sports Hub had a story where he was looking to purchase property on a development that was being built by...
that story didn't originate from the Sports Hub. Oh, who did it come from?
It was Hardy, Hardy's real estate guy.
Was it
in
Hardy?
Cahoots with, knows about the development, and they were supposedly looking at property, land at the time. The development's not finished yet. The thing about that is he going to build a house in Vegas? Does Giselle want to live in Vegas? Is that a thing that they want to do? Or is this a TB12 thing? Like in the future, I have a business, I'm TB12, I want to sell TB12. Is this a destination to have a sales pitch? Because the reason I'm saying that, this particular golf course company who does these fantastic, awesome-looking golf course, they're very, very, very relaxed. They're not like private, big money, Cadillac carts and everything. This is a very relaxed golf course where people can even play barefoot, is what I heard. Very relaxed. So that's probably the kind of thing that you would bring clients to if you were starting a business and you wanted to have some property in Vegas, because what better place to bring people to have a sales pitch than Las Vegas? This is the same problem he would have if he went to the Chargers. Does he want to play Mahomes twice a year? Maybe 3 times a year? Do you think he cares about that?
Yes.
Do you think he wants to do that kind of thing?
No.
So I think the Raiders is kind of a long shot at this point.
LA is not the other team that I have in my top 2 here of the most talked about this week. However,
Chargers?
Yes.
Okay.
However, LA is definitely in quote unquote the running. But Vegas and LA are both in the exact same scenario. They need to pull in big names to sell tickets in their first year at their new stadiums. Well, Charger Stadium isn't exactly new, but
they need to do something to get people.
Yes, they need.
To those games.
Well, football is. LA's not a football town. Moving two football teams to LA was a mistake. That is a basketball town followed by baseball, and now you're watching 2 franchises fail. The Rams aren't doing that great.
I can't believe the Kings have been there all those years for hockey.
Yeah, it's amazing. But the NFL figured, we need to get back into L.A. We have to. No, you didn't. You had San Francisco, San Diego.
Market, they want into the number 2 market.
Well, the problem is it's always going to be a baseball city.
Yeah.
It's always going to be a Dodgers. It's always going to be a Lakers. No, the Rams, they could win 5 Super Bowls in a row. Guess what? They're still playing third fiddle. There's no stopping that. They can't do anything about that.
No.
They shouldn't have moved any teams, or maybe one team to LA. But moving two is excessive.
Now, what was their lease in San Diego was up, but
Yes,
they were doing okay in attendance.
correct.
It was just the lease.
Correct.
And a dipshit owner was like, I'm going to bring him to L.A.
You had a better chance moving
Ruining
to
the
Albuquerque, New Mexico or something.
Yeah.
Some lesser market.
So since we're talking about charges, chances of taking over for Rivers, playing on a decent team, but again, playing against Mahomes twice a year, that's something you think he wants to do?
No. However, it's either that or take on the Patriots twice a year.
Which I think he wants to do.
I absolutely agree, but it's not going to be the team I think, or the team that's been talked about this week.
So before we leave the Chargers, there was a podcast with, I think it was Rhett Lewis on NFL Network, with Willie McGinnis, and they talked about L.A. and Brady and going to L.A., and he said something that in further interviews he did not say anymore. He might have been told to shut up. Is that Giselle doesn't like L.A. and is not coming to L.A.
Are we gonna bring up all these tabloids that have been coming out too? Because these are great.
Well, McGinnis, it's not like it's David Spade telling us this. It's Willie McGinnis.
Or this U.S. Weekly found at the corner of every aisle of every grocery store saying that Giselle and Tom are separating.
You know they found Bat Boy?
Oh, man. No way. I hate these things.
You know, they've been doing it for like 50 years. Every time it worked by an Inquirer or an Us Weekly, they always say, Bat Boy found. Rat Boy. Rat Boy. Maybe Rat Boy's calling now.
I doubt that.
So that's something that Willie McGinnis said. And then since then, he's
Didn't he backpedal on it too?
He did.
Yeah.
Like someone told him, hey, I need all these teams in play here if I'm going to get the best deal.
We got Kevin on the phone.
Kevin from heaven. See if you've...
Oh boy, that's a scary sound for us.
All right, try it now.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey, it's Gavin. It's Circus Monkey.
Gavin, it's Gavin. Circus Monkey Sports.
That's okay.
So close.
What's up, gentlemen?
How are you?
I'm living the dream. Yourself?
Oh, we're alive. We're kicking.
Mm-hmm.
Fighting and screaming.
Digging the chance to finally. I've been a little too busy to jump on your last couple of shows. So I had a free night, no kids. I want to jump on. I hear you guys talking about Mr. TB12.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree. It's been interesting the things you guys are bringing up in the whole LA situation. So, and this is coming from a guy who's a known Brady hater. I don't personally see him going anywhere.
Like retire or?
England, or he's going to be nowhere. LA. I think you had brought up the fact that Giselle and stuff isn't an LA fan. I think it's going to be a big factor because at this point it's about family, right? He doesn't need to worry about his legacy. He doesn't need another Super Bowl.
What's going on with your phone there, Gavin?
Am I having issues?
It's like choppy. It's.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're good.
All right.
So what are you saying about...
What's going on? I don't know. I'm here in middle of nowhere, Wisconsin, so that's probably the problem.
All right, so Brady doesn't need to do anything about his legacy, but he just doesn't want to quit. And I think you're right about L.A. I mean, he does have another son, Jack, who he has with Bridget Monahan, who lives on the East Coast and isn't moving.
Right.
So that may be something that is a factor. But up until a few days ago, I thought he was coming back, but I just hope he retires.
I'm with you. I kind of just hope he calls it a day. Him and Belichick have done their thing, and the tough part is first the one to retire. If the other wins a championship without the other, then it cements themselves as the reason they were successful, right? It's a mind game at this point.
Right. It's the Shaq and Kobe thing.
Exactly. Spot on. So I'm rooting for Belichick to have a successful career after Brady without a Super Bowl myself, just because I'm not I'm a Cowboys fan, so I can't root for either one of them to win another one personally.
I hope Belichick gets another Super Bowl just to spite you.
There's a good chance of that, right?
This goes to Gavin in Wisconsin.
How are you a Cowboys fan from Wisconsin?
So, I mean, ironically, I grew up, my dad's military, so I bounced around a little bit, right? So I grew up my impressionable years in Dallas. We had season tickets back in the day. And so I grew up a Cowboys fan. But ironically, so my name is Gavin, and my favorite color is green. So as a kid, my second favorite team has always been the Packers. And when my dad got out of the military, we got a job up here in Wisconsin. I was heartbroken because I had to leave my teams. And he goes, "Hey, but that's where the Packers are at." I'm like, "All right, I'm in. Let's go."
There you go.
But yeah, so I'm one of those weird guys that when the Cowboys and Packers played in the playoffs up here at Lambeau, I wore a Packer hat and a Cowboy shirt.
So nobody hated you, or everybody hated you.
So much crap for it.
Yeah, that just really makes him look like a bandwagon fan.
Yeah.
So I get a lot of that stuff, but then the people who have known me for a long time know better. And at the end of the day, when they do play, I root for Dallas first and foremost, without a doubt. So.
All right. Well, Dallas is looking better now.
I hope so.
Jason
Yeah,
Garrett.
well, they're only looking so good with Dak Prescott threatening to hold out.
It's all right. It's Dallas. They have money.
Yeah. All right, Gavin, thanks for the call.
All right, buddy.
Thanks, Gavin.
Later.
Cool.
Let's
Excellent.
take that one back off now.
So, that's his prediction.
Yep. I still firmly don't believe that Tom Brady will leave New England, but if he does, we'll know by the 15th.
Right.
And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right, so one of the other teams was Miami.
Yep.
Kinda came
So
out of-
unrealistic.
So it kind of came out of nowhere.
Did you hear the owner's comments today?
Ross?
Yes.
No.
So today he said he's a free agent in March. We can't talk to him due to the tampering period. And then he goes, also, why would he want to come here? We kind of suck. So either he's having you look over here while he's doing stuff over here,
Could be.
or he just really has no faith in this whole negotiation.
Well, what I heard this week is that Ross is selling the team.
I have not heard that at all.
And the NFL has already okayed the next owner. Forgot his name. Beal, New York businessman. And he is a friend of Tom Brady, and his wife is a friend of Giselle. So people, they're just throwing stuff at the wall at this point. That's the only thing we know. So the rumors are that they're going to get Brady a couple of years and then move into some sort of partial ownership.
I heard the second part of that deal.
Yeah.
I heard the partial ownership.
But not from Ross, from this new guy.
I never heard about the new guy.
Yeah.
I did hear about the potential partial ownership in the Dolphins. And the way I heard it was that he was going to, and I don't know how you would ever get this past the NFL, very unlikely. But the way I heard it was that he was going to be a player, make his normal money, and then X amount as owner as well.
Right.
Which seems very unlikely and very conflict of interest.
Even if it's technically not illegal or within the contracts, the NFLPA or whatever, it will certainly soon be illegal because you can't open up that, hey, Ezekiel Elliott only cost us $5 a game. But we gave him 12% of the
40% of the team.
We gave him 12% of the receipts of the home games. So that's something that the NFL does not want to go down, and I'm sure there's something in place to stop that.
Yeah. Now, if you're going to tell me you get 2 years of Tom Brady as a player, and then after that 2 years, Tom Brady becomes part owner, the only thing I have to say is that you don't think Robert Kraft would do that to keep Brady around?
I don't think that I think there's been a line drawn in the sand. And
It's Bill versus Tom. That is the line in the sand.
I think it's understood. I don't think they've actually had to come to that conversation. But if it comes March 12th, and Kraft's like, Bill, a couple more years. I mean, you don't have anybody to fill us.
Couple more years and he's your boss.
Then
I bet that will rub Bill the right way.
Well, I don't know. Jonathan ain't going to give him. I mean, he may give him a little bit of ownership, but not any kind of power. Jonathan's not going to do that. He's not. Robert could do it if he was alive, but when Robert is not alive anymore and Jonathan's in charge, Jonathan is very controlling. That's not his nature to give Brady the reins to the organization and him not have
What
that
if
much
the
say.
Kraft family just sells to Brady in full? Even way more unlikely. But what if that were to happen? What if Peyton and Tom going on a team together and it's the New England Patriots?
Well, they need a lot more than Peyton and Tom because what did the Carolina Panthers go for? $1 billion?
Yeah. Hold on.
Okay, so that's. I mean, even Giselle is only worth $350 million, and she's worth a hell of a lot more.
The
than
Patriots
Tom.
are worth $3.7 billion. Now, remember, at that, like, if you're Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, and let's say they have a third investor, you're not paying that $3.7 billion up front. You can just get a loan. It's just because you're rich doesn't mean you can't get a bigger loan.
But you still have to prove that you can afford $3.7 billion.
Yeah.
So
and if you own a football team and an entire stadium and park with it, the banks are more than likely going to approve you.
And you have this parasite called the Revolution that just...
Oh, I forgot about the Revolution.
That just hemorrhages
John,
money.
we can keep them.
That's his cross to
bear.
bear.
The Revolution. Forgot they had a soccer team in New England.
So that's some of the rumors that were going around this week with Tom Brady and where he may end up. I don't know. I hope he just retires. It sounds like he's hell-bent. And now that's paying the Patriots twice a year against Belichick twice a year. That he would love. And something that would keep the sports media in this area at least employed for another couple of years. Because when Tom Brady goes and the Red Sox suck and the Celtics are going to win a playoff series, then maybe not another one. And the Bruins, I don't even care about them.
Lose a Stanley Cup once every 5 years.
So the Boston sports media is going to be begging for something. So Patriots versus Brady, Belichick versus Brady. But you think he's going to a different AFC East team? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, absolutely.
Would the initials be B?
Nope.
Don't say the Jets.
Oh, yeah.
You just lost all credibility. You lost all credibility.
Okay, first off, first things
they have
first.
Sam Darnold.
No, this has
Sammy
no.
Sammy Dimes.
No. This has nothing to do with football. Are you going to build TB12 in Buffalo? God, no. New York City itself, and I know they play in East Rutherford, New Jersey. That's not the point. It's right outside of New York City. You build TB12 outside of New York City with Sam Darnold as the new young face.
So you're saying he buys the Jets or he plays for the Jets?
No, he plays for the Jets. And then Sam Darnold
sits on the bench?
No, yes. Literally, yes. Sam Darnold takes the young, new, hip TB12 mentee.
Oh, God.
And starts the TB12 method. I didn't even realize at one point you had my face there. I was way into yelling.
And starts eating avocado ice cream
and
all that stuff.
Yep. And Sam Darnold becomes the new face at TB12. While Tom Brady sits back after retirement and just owns it.
You know what's going to happen when Tom Brady retires? TB12 is dead in 5 years.
I agree. 100%.
Nobody wants this thing.
Oh, if he goes to another team and fails, TB12 is dead in 2 years. Because if, let's say Tom Brady goes to the Jets, goes to Vegas, he goes to anywhere and then gets injured, all of TB12 is gone.
Yeah, he's been lucky. You get injured, you pull a hammy. Oh, I guess the TB12, I guess you're not so pliable.
Yeah. Yep.
Jake's extremely pliable. That's what I've heard. I'm not. Jake's very pliable. He's got to jump in and out of those trucks all day long. He's got to be very pliable. What do you think, Russ? Think he's pliable?
Boy, we are just chewing clock now, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. There's plenty. Okay, so we're gonna move into one of the funniest things that proved Jake right all year long. I love this. Did you see Lamar Jackson at the Pro Bowl skills competition?
No.
In the precision passing?
No.
It turns out, as a quarterback, wide receiver from the Cleveland Browns, Jarvis Landry is a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson has zilch precision passing. His targeting is so bad that Jarvis Landry did better.
He doesn't like Lamar Jackson.
I hate Lamar Jackson.
Not a fan. I'll write that down.
Does not
fan.
like Lamar Jackson. No.
Likes Tito Jackson. Not Lamar Jackson. Got it.
All right. Yeah, that was
So
I had to get that out.
So good Pro Bowl talk. Good Pro Bowl segue.
Yeah, I mean,
It is the loser bowl.
Yeah, I have
If you're
nothing else about the Pro Bowl. I don't care for the game.
Getting selected for the Pro Bowl, honor. Playing in it, loser. Loser bowl.
No, being voted into the Pro Bowl is not even an honor. The real honor is being voted onto the All-Pro team.
Well, yeah,
that's
of
what
course.
matters. Going to the Pro Bowl is still a joke.
They still have incentives. So these guys still get incentives.
It's all for
from
charity now.
them. Yeah, it is. It's a joke.
There's no point to go.
Being an All-Pro. Not everybody knows that. When you say All-Pro, it doesn't mean Pro Bowl.
No, they are
It's
two different things.
Totally different thing. Lots of people go to the Pro Bowl. Not everybody's a Pro Bowler. I mean, an All-Pro. Which is, the Pro Bowl is the loser bowl. It's for everybody that's not in the Super Bowl. You're a loser. You didn't get to the big game. You're a loser. Sorry, that's what it is. That's why whenever the Patriots are in it, sorry, Gilmore, you're a loser. Matthew Slater, you're a loser. You're in the loser bowl this year.
Actually, I'm pretty sure Matthew Slater is like the NFL's biggest winner in history.
For this much talent.
Literally. He can do one thing, and
does
this
it
guy has
very
made a
good.
career out of it.
He does it very well.
Yes, he does. All right. Let's just move into the Super Bowl.
So my thing was mostly about the wagering.
Yep.
54.5 points. I was
Take the
saying-
over.
I was saying hammer the under, hammer the under, hammer the. If you think that the Niners are going to win, like I do, and their defense is going to dominate, you have to take the under. But if you look at what percentage of the bets are placed on the over, I think it's like 75% or more. So that's 25% of the people bettors agree with me. Everybody else does not.
Whoever scores first in this game is going to lose.
It's going to lose.
So if the 49ers score the first touchdown, the Chiefs are going to fly back like they did the last two games and win it.
They're not playing against the Titans defense.
Nope.
Did you see that run where Mahomes got out of the
that
pocket?
was
He
that was
gets to the
straight out of
sideline,
Madden.
and
Straight out of
They
Madden.
didn't want to touch him. It's not going to happen. And the
Nope.
49ers are going to knock his freaking
Absolutely.
head off.
However,
If the Niners go up 17-0, it's over.
no, it's not.
It's over.
Nope. I will not give up on that Chiefs offense just like that.
All right. That's what I'm saying.
Continue with your betting.
That's all I have for that.
Oh, wow.
It's
Okay.
just because I just noticed how wrong everybody thinks I'm going to be. So
That's
Too
fair.
late. I've already placed the bet. So maybe I'll put $20 on the over so my loss isn't too bad.
So, which defense do you give the advantage to?
Which defense?
Yep, because the Chiefs' defense has really pulled it together.
I still think it's the Niners, and it's closer than people might think. I mean, the Niners are much better defense, but the Chiefs are going up against the Niners' offense, which can be one-dimensional at times or sluggish at times. What they have is a quarterback that is not proven to win the big game. I guess Mahomes really isn't either, if you want to talk about the Super Bowl being the big game. Garoppolo is not the quarterback that's going to win you a game, but I don't think he's the quarterback that's going to lose you a game. Mahomes is a quarterback that can win you a game.
Okay.
You don't think so?
Oh, so I just looked up Jimmy Garoppolo real quick. And he has 9 games.
He's a handsome man.
Yes, he is downright
And
sexy.
there was a picture on your Game Changer. I don't know if it was Monkey Sports. It was like a caricature of both of them, Jimmy and Pat Mahomes.
There's been so much stuff posted by us. I have no idea.
And
It's hard to keep track sometimes.
Jimmy was a darker skinned person than Mahomes was.
So, the point
Jimmy
I'm trying
G.
to make. Jimmy Garoppolo threw for over 250 yards
Yep.
on 9 separate occasions this year. And on 2 others, he was just under a 248 and 243.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 11 games near 250, which is solid enough. And 4. He had 4 games where he had 3 or more touchdown passes. That's not exactly an unproven bad quarterback.
Unproven in the big game.
The big. Is he
A
in the Super
big
Bowl?
game.
Is he in the Super Bowl? Is the NFC Championship not a big game?
This is the biggest game. The lights shine the brightest.
And what has Patrick Mahomes done in the exact same situation? He lost one year.
In the AFC Championship game.
Correct.
So, but we don't know, because they haven't played the game yet, we don't know which one of them is going to step up. But my point is,
Somebody has to win.
Mahomes is more likely to step up and win a game for his team than Garoppolo is, in my opinion. But Garoppolo is I don't think is going to cost his team anything. If they lose, it's not going to be Garoppolo's fault.
Okay.
Right? It's going to be, number 1 defense all year long.
Giving up 80 points.
Legit from day 1 to today. Money's on the line. Last drive of the game, stop Mahomes. If they can't do it, it's on them.
Okay. That's not a bad. So you think it's going to come down to the last drive of the game no matter what?
I think the last drive of the game has a potential. I think it's going to come down to the Niners having to hold the Chiefs.
Over under. The amount of Bud Light commercials.
The same one over and over again?
No.
Different
No.
ones?
Different ones. Different Bud Light commercials.
Well, I know that, what's his name? Post Malone made 2.
Oh,
There's
wow.
2. So there's
Okay.
2 there.
So there's at least 2.
There's 2.
Then I'm going with the. I'm going to go with 3.5, and I'm going to take the over.
All right. Yeah, there's some wacky ones.
Over under. 5 sacks in the game.
Over.
You think there's going to be more than 5?
Yeah.
I agree. Absolutely agree. Over under.
Both guys like to move around out of the pocket.
Over under. Patrick Mahomes throws for 305 yards.
Over.
Over under. Travis Kelce, 100 yards receiving.
100 yards?
Yep.
A tick under.
All right. Raheem Mostart, 137 yards.
Under.
I believe
One hit wonder.
I am with you so far 100%. Over under. 3 interceptions.
He could be the Jonas Gray of the 49ers.
All right, so we'll see him in the XFL next year.
What was the last one? Over under?
3 interceptions.
Total in the whole game?
Yep.
Under. 1 each.
I'd be surprised if there's even 1 each. I'm all like sacks. Give me 10. I believe it's going to be a sack city.
Sack City.
Yes. Over under.
Come on down and get your sack. It's Sack City.
Over under. 600 passing yards total.
Between the 600 passing yards between the 2 quarterbacks?
Yep.
Under.
So you think Patrick Mahomes is going to throw for over 305?
And Jimmy's going to throw for 210.
All right. Let's see. What else can I come up with? Nick Bosa. 2 sacks. Under over.
That 2 is a lot.
Yep.
In a game. Just 2?
Just 2.
2. I'll push the 2. If you say 2.5, I'd say under.
So you're going to say over on the 2?
No, I push 2.
Okay.
I think 2. 2's good.
All right. How about...
Is either team going to have a scoop and score?
No. There'll be a pick 6 before there's a scoop and score.
All right.
Yep. Write it down. Send it home.
There's a lot of the prop bets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over under. Tyreek Hill 100.
100 yards receiving.
Yep.
Yes. A lot of yak. He's gonna have a lot of yak.
Over under. Total rushing yards for the game. 250.
Over. A little bit. Tiny bit.
I'm taking the under on that one.
Yeah, tiny bit. Tiny bit over.
I'm going to go back through this later and
Little
get
bit.
this segment alone. Just get all these written down and see how we did next week.
That's my dinero.
Yeah.
Little bit. You did a little bit.
Over under.
A little bit.
Tight end touchdowns. 2.
1 each? Yeah, I
Yep.
can see that. There's actually a prop bet about the MVP. Actually, it's not a prop bet. It's a money line bet.
Patrick Mahomes.
It's about the tight ends. If you pick Kelsey or
Kittle.
yeah, either of them, $100 wins you $800.
Oh,
That's a
geez.
good bet.
I don't see either one of them winning the MVP. Though.
But if you bet Mahomes to win the MVP, $100 gets you $115.
Yeah. It's because everyone expects the quarterback
Right.
to win it.
That's why the better bet is the tight ends.
The problem is, even if George Kittle or Travis Kelsey catches 3 touchdown passes, the quarterback's still getting the MVP. He has 3 touchdown passes. Nothing changes there.
Most of the time.
When have you ever seen a tight end win an MVP?
If Gronk didn't do it,
Exactly.
or
They didn't give it to James White when he had 3 touchdowns.
who's the guy with the Niners? Gary Clark didn't get it. So Russ Francis didn't get it.
3 touchdowns, including the most important touchdown to win the game. He tied the game and won the game. And Tom Brady still got the MVP.
Yeah, they give it to them.
So go ahead. Make your bets about anybody but a quarterback winning the MVP. You're going to be wrong, but it's okay.
It's a good bet, though.
Yeah, it's a good way to waste money.
It's good odds for you. The money line, it's good money. $100 wins you $800.
So yeah, you're just going to waste $100.
A lot of this is professional wagerers. We'll see that. We'll scoff at that. Scoff. So the Super Bowl, every time it's not the Patriots, they put this map up of who's rooting for who. I guess they do it every year. And I saw somebody on Twitter was just all pissed off that New England was rooting for the Niners. And I was like, well, of course. it's not hatred of Mahomes. It's
Jimmy came from here.
New England feels a kinship to Jimmy G, so they're going to go for them.
Yep.
It's not that hard to figure out.
I don't care who wins. I just want a good game.
I don't have my squares number yet.
No, don't get me wrong. A good game could be any way, shape, or form. Last year, the defensive juggernaut game, I loved it. It was so uncommon for a Super Bowl. I loved it.
I won't be watching it.
Why? Are you going to be sleeping?
I have to.
This guy's got a lot of work and a lot of early times.
So I'll be dealing with it when I get to work, but I will not be watching it. Especially if the Patriots not involved, then I'm just wash my hands of it, and I'll watch American Pickers on the History Channel, and I'll wake up, go to work, and I'll probably deal with it all then.
I'm going to hate my life because I'm going to watch the Super Bowl and then stay up for The Masked Singer because I'm all about that show. I love that show.
The Masked Singer.
Such a good show. So good.
You should be one of the Masked Singers.
I'm not famous.
It's Jake Jollymore.
I should be famous, but I'm not famous.
Knew it was Jake Jollymore.
Yeah, no, nobody knew that.
One good thing about working on Super Bowl, the night after Super Bowl, is all the leftovers from the Super Bowl party. There's a big table downstairs in the studio of like chips and dip and everything. Yeah, pizzas. It's like 15 pizzas there. It's the only good thing about it.
Makes for a good day.
The worst time was when the Patriots lost to the Giants on the Ellis Hobbs versus Plaxico Burress. Awesome game planning by the Patriots defensive coach Bill Belichick. Oh, Ellis Hobbs, what, you 5'5"? All alone on an island with Plaxico Burress, 6'6"? Sure, let's do this. Let's do that. They were 18-0, and that happened. And they were like, as soon as it happened, we're like, dropping a pizza. Now I got to go and edit this and relive this for the next 3 hours, over and over and over and over again. And it started to, I didn't enjoy the Super Bowl anymore. When the Patriots didn't make it, I was like, oh, thank God. I just can't.
How'd you feel about the Philly special then?
The Philly special?
Yeah.
What's that?
The Nick Foles touchdown catch?
It's just, I was just angry that whole game. So I didn't really. I went to bed, the Falcons game. I went to bed completely knowing I was going to go to work to a loss. And had turned the TV on to see my station, and they're on the field. There's confetti. Brady's got the trophy. I'm like, what the hell happened? What the hell happened?
Is this a different dimension?
It's like, how did they win? I think it was like 28-14, 17. What? And then something bad happened. I was like, that's it. Go to bed. Then I woke up and I was like, what in God's...
Wait. So you're telling me that you went to bed as the Patriots were already making their comeback?
But something happened. Well, they scored a touchdown and then something bad happened, like an interception or something. And I was like, that's it. It's over. It's like, 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter or something like that around there? I was like, that's it. I can't invest any more emotion in this game. I have to get up in 2 hours and go to work.
There is 2 Super Bowls in the Patriots' legacy that they should not have won.
There's one they should have won.
Which one should they have won?
The Tyree.
Yes. However, the 2 that they should have lost, if Pete Carroll wasn't such a idiot.
So maybe 3. The second Giants game, they should have lost. They lost, and they should have lost.
Yeah, well, I wasn't counting the ones they did actually lose.
So 3.
Yeah, but they did actually lose.
Right.
However, they should not have beat Seattle. Seattle should have ran the ball, and the game would have been over.
Legion of Dumb.
That's it. It was that easy. Run the ball. But Everyone's talked about that for years now, and Pete Carroll will never live that down. So we're going to move on. They also, under no circumstance, should have won that Atlanta game. They were down tremendously to start the second half.
Yeah.
How they ended up winning, magic.
Magic and the other team crap themselves.
Yep.
Oh, my God. Here comes Brady. Here comes the Patriots. If there's any other team.
Quick question.
Any other team.
Quick question.
They don't.
Who was the offensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons that year? Drum roll, please. San Francisco 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan.
And as we talked about last week, there's a prop bet. Will he screw the game up and give up a 28-3 lead?
I don't think it's going to be a 20. That bet's so stupid.
It is.
You have to assume there's going to be a 28-3 lead, first of all.
Right.
And then you have to assume that Kyle Shanahan is that stupid twice.
Right. Well, the bet only counts as if there is a 28-3 lead. You can't just say no because, 99% chance it's not going to happen.
Yep.
But the bet is worded in a way where
there
has to be a 28-3 lead.
So if you take that, if you put $100 on that, do you get your $100 back if there's no
Yes.
20? Oh,
Yes.
that is but it's game changer.
Depending on, some places have big juice. Depending on that sort of thing. You may get $90 back. I don't know. Depending on the place.
Well, all right. All right. I mean, that's all I got. I ranted. I rambled. I yelled.
You did.
Still hate Lamar Jackson. Oh,
Hate Lamar
wrong
Jackson.
camera. Still hate Lamar Jackson.
Well,
I like how I just looked at the wrong camera.
Well, I want to ramble. You check the Mookie Betts scene one more time because we are live.
All right.
So let's ramble about this. Once again, we should do more about wagering, and we should get DraftKings involved because it's legal wagering, sports betting
in the state of New Hampshire.
State of New Hampshire. You go to DraftKings, you download the app. The app kind of crashes my phone, but it's okay. If you get on your laptop, go to DraftKings Sportsbook. It'll check your location to make sure that you were in New Hampshire. So if you're on your app and you work in Massachusetts, you have to wait till you get to New Hampshire before you can make any wages. I've been doing over and unders on NBA games, some funsies, So that's something we're going to discuss next year in our contract.
No news on
DraftKings.
Mookie Betts.
No news on Mookie Betts. We wanted to be, since we're a live show, a live sports show, we wanted to be able to give you some news just in case.
We were ready.
We were ready to go.
Continue your thought.
That's it. That's all I got.
You were just rambling until I.
So I forgot what I said for the score, but I think it was like Niners 27-17. I think I said something like that.
I don't remember.
Under, and then you had something in the over 30-something. So that's Jake. I'm Rob. Russ is over there in the Wheels of Steel. Thanks. We'll see you at some time.
Circus
after
Monkey
the Super Bowl.
Sports Sundays. Talking. If you guys want XFL news, follow Talk Interference Sports on Facebook. Nick has been all over the XFL. He's been at the Seattle Dragons mini camp. He's been at training camp. He's been at the pro days. Nick is all over the Seattle Dragons. We have everything XFL. He even made a video on it, all the rules of the XFL. Everything you need to know XFL. Talk Interference Sports has you covered. Check it out. Shameless plug.
That's what you got to do. It's part of the family.
We
Changer
love
family.
Nick at the Game Changer Sports Network.
We do. We do love Nick. So we'll see you after the Super Bowl at some point next Friday night. Probably. Yep.
Yep. Most likely. That's
unless,
it? That's all I got?
Unless his dog escapes.
I really hope my dog doesn't escape again. Please.
See you next week. Go Niners.